Good evening. Welcome to California Today. I'm Liang Zhang. Here's a preview of some of today's stories. Hank the Tank, a large bear in Lake Tahoe, is not afraid of walking around town. Authorities say he hasn't hurt anyone but has damaged homes while looking for food. Target lifts their mask mandate for shoppers and employees, regardless of their vaccination status. In a viral video, a teacher is seen bear hugging and forcibly dragging a student out of his class. The student's mother said her son respectfully refused to wear a mask and wanted to stay and learn without a mask on. A San Bernardino County teacher is caught on camera dragging a maskless student out of his class. The video has been circulating on social media, and the school district says the incident is being investigated. NTD's Eileen Ang has the details.
A teacher in San Bernardino County's Apple Valley Unified School District is caught on video forcibly dragging a student out of class on Wednesday morning for not wearing a mask. The teacher can be seen lugging the boy, Riley, who is taller than him. Riley's mom said this happened in his Spanish class.
The teacher was speaking to him in Spanish, told him to put it on. Riley said, "No, thank you. I want to stay in class and do my work without a mask." And at that time, the teacher said in Spanish to get out as he was going towards Riley. It sounds like he tried to maybe 2 different times, like pick up his chair he was sitting in. So my son had stood up, sat back down. He was just trying to figure out kind of what was going on.
Roper said on the second attempt, the teacher bear hugged him and removed him from class by force. She said Riley gets extremely embarrassed and his face turns reddish.
And he was taken outside because of his mask. And then I guess once he was taken outside, the rest of the class members, I think, all took their masks off, most of them.
Like other parents and students in other school districts across the state, they have been protesting for mask choice for the past couple weeks.
I'm not anti-mask by all means. I'm just pro-mask choice. I'm really fighting for my kids. It's sad to see all this going on with professional athletes and political leaders able to go amongst their normal life, and our kids have these masks on their face. It's get in the way of learning. My 5-year-old gets bloody noses every day.
A spokesperson for the Apple Valley Unified School District said they are aware of the video circulating on social media. They are investigating the incident, and appropriate outside agencies have been notified. All investigations are confidential, and appropriate actions will be taken based on California law. Roper said she was told Riley will not have to come in contact with that teacher anymore. The California Globe reported that 24 school districts in 10 California counties are dropping the mask mandate. Eileen Ang, NTD News, California.
Counties and cities are beginning their homeless counts. The Bay Area homeless counts were pushed back due to COVID-19 exposure concerns. For the first time in 3 years, San Jose began its count yesterday.
San Jose, like many other cities and counties across the state, is conducting its homeless count. Groups of elected officials, city employees, outreach workers, and volunteers set out on Wednesday before dawn to begin tallying every person they spotted living in a tent, a vehicle, or on the street. The data from this week's count is expected to come out this summer. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development requires counties to conduct a count every 2 years. The results will influence how much federal funding each county receives for addressing homelessness. The so-called point-in-time count is generally thought to be an undercount. It can be easy for volunteers to miss people sleeping in out-of-way areas, but officials rely on the count as a baseline to track changes in the number of unhoused people. Around the Bay Area and in the greater Los Angeles region, counties are also beginning their point-in-time counts. California has the highest homeless population with about 150,000 homeless people. This is about 1/5 of the total homeless population in the United States.
The Los Angeles County Sheriff makes his response regarding a COVID testing company. The company plans to sue the sheriff over alleged defamation. NTD's David Lamb reports.
On Wednesday, LA Sheriff Villanueva talked about the pending litigation against Fulgent Genetics. The COVID testing company accused Villanueva of making false claims about the company. But Villanueva contends. He said the FBI called his office to attend an urgent meeting in November, followed by an email regarding Fulgent Genetics Laboratory. Villanueva decided to stop using their system for department employees after the meeting. The sheriff's office said in retaliation for being sued for false claims, Villanueva was denied legal defense by county counsel. A letter from the county says that the sheriff was not acting within his scope of employment.
So when I showed up to this meeting the day after Thanksgiving, I'm pretty sure I showed up as the sheriff of Los Angeles County, except in the parallel universe of county council.
Villanueva previously said he withdrew from using the testing company, citing concerns over the company's ties to the Chinese Communist Party. David Lam, NTD News, California.
Target stores have made wearing masks optional for all guests and employees, regardless of vaccine status. The policy is in effect as stores where local laws allow for it. NTD's Jason Blair brings us more.
The Target Corporation announced that it will no longer require employees or shoppers to wear masks in their stores, regardless of vaccination status and as local regulations allow. The department store giant cites declining COVID infection rates with their announcement. They also stated, "We'll follow all state and local COVID-19 safety regulations and encourage our team members and guests to consult the latest public health guidance, get vaccinated, and make decisions to keep themselves and their families safe." This is the latest update to the store chain's coronavirus response after sending a notification to employees on February 11th that vaccinated workers will no longer need to wear masks. Jason Blair, NTD News.
New ballot tracking technology is being tested in Orange County. The goal is to increase voter confidence.
Orange County's Registrar of Voters announced new tracking technology for voters' ballots on February 23rd. The system will allow voters to track their ballot from deposit to tally process. A barcode scanner will be placed on the ballot box, allowing voters to scan the barcode on their envelope. They'll then receive a text message confirming the status and location of the ballot. Neil Kelly of the Registrar of Voters said, "By providing voters with enhanced visibility on the location of their ballot, I believe this will help to continue boosting voter confidence and improve overall election security." Orange County Registrar of Voters is the first to adopt the pilot program technology. The system is used typically in the medical industry to track tissue samples. The program includes 9 ballot drop boxes throughout the county. Voters will have access to them through the registrar's website. Orange County is the 5th largest voting jurisdiction in the United States with nearly 2 million voters. After a coming vote on June 7th, officials will determine whether or not to expand the system across the country.
It's been a week since the state lifted its indoor mask mandate. All Bay Area counties except for Santa Clara County also lifted their mandates for vaccinated people last week. But today, Santa Clara County says it may soon change its masking policies.
On Thursday, Santa Clara County announced that it is considering dropping its indoor masking rule next week.
We've hit the metric for the first time. We need to stay there for 7 days. So we are on track, and given the steady decline in cases that we continue to see, I'm fairly confident that we will be able to lift the masking requirement on March 2nd.
On February 24th, the county met the metric of 550 or fewer cases per day for a full week. The county already hit the other 2 metrics of low and stable hospitalization numbers and an 80% or higher vaccination rate. Cody said she expects the county to stay under 550 cases moving forward, which would then allow officials to lift the mask mandate. Santa Clara and Los Angeles counties are the last in the state to keep an indoor masking requirement. Los Angeles County is dropping its mandate on Friday. However, regardless of what counties do, the state is still requiring masking in K-12 schools, child care facilities, public transit, healthcare settings, shelters, and jails.
Here's a Metaverse update. Mark Zuckerberg of Meta mapped out key steps to building the Metaverse on Wednesday. The company hopes to use artificial intelligence to let people generate virtual worlds by describing them verbally. He also plans to use AI technology to improve the conversational ability of voice assistants and to translate between languages. Meta's Vice President for AI, Jerome Fasanti, said the tech isn't far away.
We are creating tools today to help people generate new words. And these tools will be AI assisted. So that technology, you can see, come into products in the coming years. This is not like far off completely of technology.
You may remember Meta recently lost a third its market value after dismal earnings report. Zuckerberg is investing heavily in the Metaverse, a futuristic idea of virtual environments. The Meta CEO is betting it will be the successor to the Mobi. And coming up, Governor Newsom and a lawmaker are considering ways to stave off high prices at pumps. One analyst said higher prices are likely to come anyway with the warmer weather. The University of California received a record number of freshman applications for the upcoming school year. Most are from California. And intimate footage shows two of America's iconic raptors caring for their chicks to be atop snow-dusted pine tree. The pair are nesting in Southern California, and the baby bald eagles are due any day. That and more here on NTD News. Just about 2 weeks ago, a Bay Area woman was hit by a Santa Clara Valley Transportation Authority, or VTA, bus. The incident happened over a disagreement about wearing a mask. San Jose police revealed she has passed away.
The Santa Clara County Medical Examiner's Office identified the woman as 59-year-old Lucy Prieto Frescas. The VTA bus driver did not allow Frescas to board the bus because she was not wearing a mask. As the bus pulled away from the curb, she fell to the ground and the back tires of the bus ran over her, police said. She was transported to a hospital at the time of the incident. Police said she succumbed to her injuries on Monday. VTA continues to mandate passengers to wear masks on its vehicles. Its website writes the federal government continues to mandate face masks while riding public transit. While most California mask mandates have loosened, VTA continues to maintain its rules.
The University of California received a record number of freshman applications for this fall. UCLA leads the pack.
According to figures released on Thursday, the University of California received a record-breaking number of applications. Over 210,000 freshman applications came in for fall 2022, a 0.5% jump from fall 2021. The numbers represent the students who applied, with many students applying to multiple campuses in the 9-university system. The majority are California residents, followed by out-of-state and international students. In a statement, the UC president said, "This diverse group of students has shown their commitment to pursuing higher education, and we are thrilled they want to join us at UC." UCLA received the most applications, with nearly 150,000 applicants compared to nearly 140,000 last year. UC Irvine received nearly 120,000 applications, up from about 108,000 last year. UC Berkeley received over 128,000 applications, up from nearly 113,000. On February 10th, the California Court of Appeal required UC Berkeley to freeze student enrollment at about 42,000. It was part of a larger lawsuit by a group of Berkeley neighbors who are against the campus development project. The university appealed the ruling to the Supreme Court of California a few days later. In the meantime, Senator Scott Wiener proposed a bill on February 22nd that would make California public universities' housing developments exempt from environmental review. SB 886 would exempt the University of California, California State University, and California Community College housing development from the California Environmental Quality Act, an environmental review process that spells out the potential adverse impacts of a proposed development.
Gas prices in the state are continuing to break records. The governor and an assemblyman have both proposed ways to ease the pain at the pumps.
California gas prices continue reaching new record highs. Assemblyman Kevin Kiley, representing Rockland, and Governor Gavin Newsom proposed deferring plans for temporary cuts to the state gas tax. Kiley introduced Assembly Bill 1638 last month. The bill seeks to suspend the gas tax for 6 months. It would save residents about 50 cents per gallon. The tax is currently 51.1 cents per gallon. Kiley's bill will most likely be reviewed in the spring. Meanwhile, Newsom proposed a 1-year reduction in the gas tax rate. His proposal would take effect July 1st, cutting the tax by 3 cents per gallon, effectively maintaining current prices. The timing is to match a planned inflation adjustment. Patrick DeHaan, an analyst at GasBuddy, said Californians could be paying much more at the pump come summer. Prices are currently at $4.74 per gallon. As the weather warms, DeHaan said Californians could see the demand set prices over $5 per gallon.
Tesla is not California's only electric vehicle maker that's dealing with recalls. Lucid Group, another Bay Area-based EV maker, has issued a recall of its luxury sedans.
Electric vehicle maker Lucid Group said on Tuesday it will recall over 200 of its sedans due to safety issues. The Newark, California-based company said its supplier assembled part of the front suspension improperly in its premium sedans. Lucid said it has not received any reports of the suspension system failing in its cars, but they warned that about 2 of the 203 potentially affected cars may have the incorrectly installed parts. The company, founded 15 years ago, began building a roughly $170,000 variant of its electric sedan in September. Lucid has faced delays due to quality issues. It has delivered a small number of cars thus far. The recall announcement led to a stock price drop of nearly 5%.
Awards for the winners in 8 Oscar categories will be presented before the live show at the Academy Awards this year. Those awards will be edited into the broadcast for viewers at home to watch. The categories awarded before the show include Best Documentary Short Subject, Best Film Editing, Best Makeup and Hairstyling, the Best Original Score. Awards will also be presented early for Best Production Design, Best Animated Short Film, Best Action Short Film, and Best Sound. The Academy's president, David Rubin, announced the new format on Tuesday. Rubin said the change will make the Oscars, quote, tighter and more electric. For months now, a 500-pound black bear has been treating the residential Tahoe Keys area of South Lake Tahoe as his backyard. Officials say this exceptionally large bear has been so far caused damage to 33 homes and it broke into 28 of them.
South Lake Tahoe police recently asked residents to stop calling about Hank the Tank, saying our dispatchers are being inundated with these calls about Hank. It's affecting their ability to give their full attention to emergency calls. Police released photos earlier this month saying Hank broke into a secured home and somehow squeezed through the small window. The damage has gone on for 7 months, according to the California Department of Fish and Wildlife on February 17th. Fortunately, the department said Hank has not attacked humans or pets. They said he's severely food habituated and lost its fear of people. The nonprofit Bear League says that Hank is just doing what all bears do, looking for food. They're working with the Fish and Wildlife Agency to find an acceptable solution to Hank's future. Law enforcement indicates that they've responded to at least 81 bear incidents last year. And in Hank the Tank's case, authorities say there's over 150 reports of his appearance.
While for some couples, a cozy winter is under a blanket or next to a fire. A pair of bald eagles is riding out the snowy season atop a pine tree with a dusting of snow. But while they face the elements, their 2 eggs are warm inside. Streaming video gave a peek into the home life of 2 bald eagles and their chicks-to-be near Southern California's Big Bear Lake. The video provided by friends of Big Bear Valley shows a mother eagle, Jackie, and her mate, Shadow, tending to their 2 eggs. Shadow is on nesting duty when Jackie returns, and the pair swap roles. Their first egg was laid just over a month ago on January 22nd, while the second came 3 days later. Friends of Big Bear Valley say the chicks should be hatching soon. The morning footage was shot on Wednesday at the eagle's 145-foot high nest. Now for a sports update from NTD's Thomas Christian.
I'm Thomas Christian, giving you the California Today Sports Roundup. 4-time major champion Brooks Koepka said on Wednesday he feels the proposed Super Golf League still has a future. even though several top players have expressed their commitment to competing on the PGA Tour. Koepka is among those who have pledged loyalty to the PGA Tour, but expects the Saudi-funded breakaway league, which is trying to lure players away with the promise of huge paydays, will manage to assemble a roster of talent. Former world number 1 Greg Norman is spearheading the Super Golf League as Chief Executive Officer of Leave Golf Investments, which is backed by the Saudi Investment Fund. No golfers have publicly signed for the league. Over the weekend, 4-time major winner Rory McIlroy called the SGL dead in the water after former world number 1 Dustin Johnson and Bryson DeChambeau joined several other top-ranked players in expressing their commitment to the PGA Tour. Many pro players are concerned about where the funding is coming from for the Saudi Super League, as well as many in the media having raised questions about their human rights records in the past. Still, a group of golfers, headlined by pro Phil Mickelson, have expressed interest in the breakaway league, its less intense schedule, and bigger prize payout. Tiger Woods, Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas, and world number 1 Jon Rahm and number 2 Colin Morikawa are among other high-profile golfers who have expressed their PGA Tour allegiance. Koepka was speaking a day after 6-time major champion Phil Mickelson had publicly apologized for comments he made about Saudi Arabia and the SGL. Los Angeles Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford said he wished he had a better reaction to seeing a photographer fall from a stage during the team's Super Bowl City victory parade last week. In a video of the incident, Stafford turned his back and walked away when he saw photographer Kelly Smiley fall from the platform as she backed up to take a photograph of Stafford and his wife. Matthew's wife Kelly immediately moved to check on Smiley, who fractured her spine and broke 2 cameras in the fall. After the incident, the Rams and the Staffords announced they would pay Smiley's hospital bills and replace the broken cameras. The Rams defeated the Cincinnati Bengals 23-20 in the Super Bowl to claim the franchise's first championship since returning to Los Angeles 6 years ago. As always, I'm Thomas Christian, and thanks for tuning in.
And that's all we have for you tonight. We'd love to have you back on California Today every weekday at 8:30 p.m. Feel free to let us know if you have any news tips for our show. We're also on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and our website. I'm Liang Zhang. We'll see you next time.